Andrew Tate found a con and he's running with it and he's making a lot of fucking money. And don't be like him. Don't want to drive a fucking Bugatti and like, don't Andrew Tate, you guys, there's so many better male role models to have. And he is the definition of trash.
Strickland, diss you first. Would you ever box Strickland?
Me?
Yeah.
So as you guys saw there, Sean Strickland has a huge problem with Andrew Tate. Now, Sean recently did blow up for beating the living shit out of Sneeko in a sparring match. Now, of course, Sean Strickland is a well-respected former middleweight UFC champion. And also, Sean shares very similar values to Andrew, as well as semantics, including how Sean words his thoughts.
If you had a son and he was like, you had a son, he was gay, you'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid?
No problem with it.
Oh man, well, dude, you're a weak fucking man, dude. You're part of the fucking problem. You elected Justin Trudeau. It's like you're just fucking pathetic. The fact that you have no fucking backbone and has he shut down your fucking country and seized bank accounts? You ask me some stupid shit like that? Go fuck yourself. Move the fuck on, man.
Now, Sean Strickland has always been an outspoken character, but at this point in time, Sean did go online stating that Andrew Tate was a con artist, a weak man, and a piece of shit.
You seem to share a lot of similar values with him.
We share a lot of values, but Andrew Tate, I can see why you guys look up to him, because you are moralist men. You have no values. You have no positive male role models. So you latch onto a piece of shit like Tate, who has money, who has women. And you say, no, I want to be like Tate. All my problems in the world, they're because women are fucking me. They're because this is fucking me. No, that's not it. So Andrew Tate is a con artist. You ever watch an interview where he goes on in detail about how he pretended to be a cam girl and used to rob people's savings? He also said that he would go on there and pretend to be men and have them send them $100K.
No, he'd go on there and pretend to be the girl.
Yeah, pretend to be a girl and have them send.
So context is always important, right? So Andrew Tate did state that he would get behind the keyboard and speak for the woman, telling the guy exactly what the man wanted to hear in order to get the most amount of money from him. Because you do have to realize this was literally a time when the internet was extremely young. Andrew Tate was one of the first people to ever make big money off of the internet era when it first started. So obviously a lot of these women didn't know how to finesse guys at all whatsoever. Nowadays we have OnlyFans and women going on TikTok, and they're experts at this point when it comes to social media. OnlyFans was completely unheard of, as well as internet female companionship. All of this stuff was brand new at the time when Andrew Tate was first doing this, nearly 15 years ago.
These women, and the women kept fucking it up. So I said to him, it's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm taking over. So what I did is I unplugged their keyboards and plugged a new one in from me behind the screen. So the chicks would sit there and hit a keyboard that wasn't plugged in. And me and my brother, and eventually some staff I trained, would do all the talking.
It wasn't, you know what, man? I did something so morally wrong. I took advantage of men. I took money from men. It was like, nah, fuck them. Fuck them. I'm a con artist. I'm a piece of shit. So Andrew Tate, you guys, if you want to look up to a guy like Jordan Peterson. He understands masculinity, honesty, how to be a fucking man. But I'm telling you, Andrew Tate, he's not your messiah. He would turn you out for $1. He's a fucking pimp. He's a whore.
So Sean Strickland wants to judge Andrew Tate on something he did 10 years ago, but he can also acknowledge the fact that in today's internet culture, men run all of the top earners on OnlyFans. Why is Sean Strickland so fixated on a man's sins 10 years ago is completely beyond me. I would ask the question, is Sean the same person he was 10 years ago? Now, I don't know the answer to that. However, I would argue that a real man would actually contact the other person and get full context of what they did, have an actual conversation first before actually going on the internet and calling that person a POS, a con artist, and a weak man. I truly believe that that was probably the weakest thing Sean Strickland can do. Now, again, we can also consider the fact that Sean Strickland and Andrew Tate actually have pretty similar personalities. Now, it baffles me that Sean, if he was so bothered by what Andrew Tate did 10 years ago, he wouldn't reach out first before talking smack on the internet, especially knowing that they both have these fire personalities that are 100% against left-wing ideology. Now, of course, let's get into what Andrew Tate had to say about Sean Strickland's words to him. But before we do that, guys, if you made it this far into the video, like the video, subscribed, comment down below all your thoughts, because we need to get into the algorithm here at Project VeoPod. I'm so grateful that we've come this far. So please like the video, subscribe, and comment down below all your thoughts so that us here at Project VeoPod can get into the algorithm and start red pilling the simps and the libtards here on the internet. Let's get to it.
Strickland, this you first. Would you ever box Strickland?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know what
Everyone's
I don't
trying to
know
drag
why
me into fights all the time.
Bro, what's his deal? Why the hell did he like go on a fucking like
Who knows, bro?
hey for no reason, man?
Who knows, bro?
I could spar. I could do a big fight and make $10-20 million, whatever. That's not worth my time, but that's the money that would be generated. And everyone's trying to drag me into a fight because I
They
did
want
it
you
for
to
a long time.
fight Jake.
They want me to fight, but I feel like people say, "Hey, man, you've retired. Don't you want to fight anymore?" And I don't think they understand if they actually pay any attention to the life I'm living or the things I've just said. I'm in a fight. I'm already in a fight. When you don't drag when you're fighting a guy on the street, you don't ask some other random halfway through. You don't start a punch up with a guy on the street and then go, "Hey, you want to fight?"
Yeah.
You're busy. So I'm in a fight, and I don't think the fight's going to end anytime soon. And I have very little interest in trying to do any other kind of fights for entertainment. I think my fight is larger and bigger than some stupid boxing match or a sparring competition or some views on the internet.
So yeah, actually Andrew Tate said it best in that response. You have to understand that Andrew Tate is currently fighting a legal battle against the country of Romania. Andrew Tate doesn't have time to deal with internet drama or somebody wanting to beat him up or somebody else wanting to put him in jail for whatever reasons you want to put. Andrew Tate has things on his mind greater than Sean Strickland. And I think he handled it with better class than anybody could have in that particular scenario. Now, if you guys remember what Sean Strickland said, he did state that Andrew Tate is a horrible role model to young men. Comparing him of what men should be looking up to is somebody like a Jordan Peterson. Well, in that same response that Andrew Tate had to say about Sean Strickland, he did mention Jordan Peterson.
I think I'm fighting for a lot of other people because if they can chop my head off or if they can break me, which is their intention, if they can get me to cry my eyes out like Jordan Peterson, like a little bitch, if they can get me to say sorry, if they can get me to be a little, "Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said misogynistic things," that they want to break my spirit and break all the masculine spirit along with it.
Now, guys, I'm not going to lie. Yes, I do own both books from Jordan Peterson. I read them back around 2019, 2020. And those books did help me a lot in my journey of developing my ideology and becoming a better person overall. Now, of course, Jordan Peterson does have a reputation a bit of crying on a public sphere.
Constantly. How many people are dying for lack of an encouraging word? Give credit where credit is due. And to say, you're a net force for good if you want to be.
Do you believe you're a net force for good?
Net, yes. In all the details, probably not. You know, no one's perfect.
So Andrew, when he says that, you know, he goes on television, he cries like a little bitch, does he have a point there? And not only that, Sean Strickland also said that Jordan Peterson understands masculinity. So my question to you is, does Jordan Peterson actually do understand masculinity and a masculine presence? And if so, is it masculine to go on television or go on the internet and cry? That would be my question to y'all, you know? Again, I do enjoy Jordan Peterson. Now, have I lost respect for him? Throughout the years, I'm not going to lie, yes. But at the end of the day, I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's trying his best, just like any of us. But would I go on television and cry my eyes out? Absolutely not. Don't believe in that. But at the end of the day, that's my question to you guys to end this video. And let me ask you, is Andrew Tate a con artist? Is he a POS? Is he a piece of shit? Tell me all your thoughts down below, and let's start the debate. Anyways, guys, this has been Project VO Pod. I'm your host, Jake Varr, and of course, Trump 2024, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.